document. And then when I click on new document, there we go, I get a little warning. Let me click OK. It's going to allow me to just launch a document right there. Now this does require somebody have Microsoft Office in this case. But you can see over here that I can actually create this document, so I'm just creating it right over here. Let it go ahead and connect, which it'll connect to the Microsoft Word on my local computer. So I have to have Word running on my computer for this to happen. And then it maps it back to SharePoint so that whenever I work in Word, I can actually turn around and send it back. So here, let me just type this in here. There we go. And give it just a second. There we go. Not responding. The image is a little bit slow, the information worker image. You guys will see me say that numerous times. However, that being said, that's because it has link on it and all other kinds of stuff on it. That being said, it's still free, and you can download it and play with it, and your real SharePoint installation would be significantly faster because you wouldn't be running all this stuff on one server. It was put out to learn, and it definitely does a good job. So let's give this just a second to go ahead and clear for just a moment and let it catch up. Let it come back, and it should be coming back in just a moment. There we go. Now it wants me to make a connection, so I have to use my credentials. These are standard credentials that were given away on the information machine, so this is nothing new, nothing secret. Password 1. And you can download this right on the internet from Microsoft. There we go. Click OK, and there it is connecting. So what's happening now is, by the way, Word is connecting to SharePoint at this point. Word's almost done connecting to SharePoint. And I will pause this just for a moment while we wait for it to connect. Okay, and now we're connected. So we just connected over here, and let me just go ahead and click this over here and type something. This was a second document that I created. But I launched this from a browser. There. Now, coming back over here now, I'm done with it. So when I'm done over here, right, I can just click Save right over here, or I can come over here to File, Save and Send, and notice I can click on Save to SharePoint. So I can click Save to SharePoint, and I can choose where I want to save it. Now, truthfully, because it's automatically mapped, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over here again, and I'm going to click on Save. Notice it says contacting internetcontoso.com, and it's got the actual address on the bottom. It was over there where my mouse was moving. It's going to automatically map it back to SharePoint. So what you just seen basically was, in order to create a browser, you launched it. Launched it from Document, New Document. Let me click over here for a moment. I came down into Documents. I clicked New Document, launched it over here. Then it mapped back to SharePoint, and then after it mapped back to SharePoint, I was able to come in over here. I clicked the little save icon, although I showed you guys how to click it, how to go into File, Save and Send it, and choose wherever you want to save it, so you don't always have to map it back to that specific document library. And then you come back over here and you give it a name that's going to be saved in. So let's call this second document. And then I'm going to click Save. Now it's going to go ahead and progress towards saving it, so give it just a moment. And there we go. Okay, so it's saved now. I'm going to close this, bring this back up again, and let me refresh this. And look at that. Just like that, you've just saved something. Look at what we were able to do, and quite quickly also. See, that's what a document library does. It actually allows you to save things. Now, I could have saved pictures in here if I would have wanted to, too. I could have saved Excel documents. I even could have saved Notepad documents. It doesn't have to be a Microsoft Word document. But you've got functionality built in to handle certain things like Word documents and other types that give you certain advantages when it comes to working together. So excellent, excellent. And then let's just say we have one more challenge. Let me come over here, and this time, just to make things different, I'm gonna pull up Notepad, and I'm gonna make, oh, I don't know, let me make 3 different notepads real quick. So let me create a folder called More Than One Document. And here's our challenge. What if it took too long to turn around and actually upload just one particular document at a time? Wouldn't it be nice if we could do 2 or 3 documents? So I'll call this document 1, and this time, or I'll call this file 1. And notice how I'm purposely not using Word, just to illustrate a point that it doesn't have to be Word that goes into the document library. And there's file 1. Now we're going to come over here, and I added something inside of it, just typed in any kind of text I wanted. And then let me come over and let me create another one. There's file 2. And then come back over here and create one more. Just one more. And we'll come back over here and file 3. And this is file 3. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3 files created right over here. Now, finally, what we need to do is we need to bring them all in at one time. Thankfully, once again, bless SharePoint's heart, it makes it so easy to do that. Just come over here and click on Add Document. Now, on Add Document over here, you'll see this option called Upload Multiple Files instead of just one file. So click on Upload Multiple Files in this case. Once you click on Upload Multiple Files, you'll see this option where you can actually drag and drop files directly, or you can browse for them. I'll click Browse in this case, but I could have just dragged and dropped. Come over to that location where I stored all of those files at, more than one document, and I'll highlight all 3 of them at one time. Woo! Thank goodness. That really helps whenever you have to upload bunches and bunches of stuff. I'll click OK. Click Done. Voila! Look at that. That was it. That's all it took to be able to bring in multiple different documents. I love SharePoint because of the simplifications and things like this, and the fact that you can do things that people have intuitively wanted to do for quite a while, but always took a long time to do in various other applications. It's just got a nice functionality to it. So we've just learned how to create a document library. We've learned how to upload multiple documents, and we've also learned how to launch a document and view a document in a browser. Awesome. I would say that we're definitely rocking at this stage. Okay, next up, let's begin to explore some more functions. So I'm going to stop this video and we'll start a new one for the next time.